Yancey to the platform.
And now, as we return to ourselves, as we gently close our eyes and take a gentle breath and release. Today is a day of celebration, a day of celebrating memories. Recently, I had the opportunity to see a young calf run through a pasture, eager to see the farmer who had brought food and also had brought a friend, a little goat. And the two animals ran towards each other and just were so excited to see each other. When I close my eyes, I can see that scene, and it fills my heart with joy. That is what celebration is, celebrating the visions that we have, the visions that come to us, the dreams, the knowingness. And as we go deeper into ourselves and into spirit, we allow the celebration to continue and to fill our very heart, our very soul. For that is what freedom is. Freedom to enjoy, freedom to express, freedom to be who and what we are. We experience the light of God throughout our bodies, throughout our world. And we know that that Christ light fills us with the beauty and the joy that is ours to share in this wonderful, wonderful world. And as we take this time of silence, we allow those memories, those precious memories, to come to us. Those who have left their skin suits, but come to us in our minds, and we embrace all that comes to us in the silence. And as the daily word said, when you turn to the right or when you turn to the left, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it. This is the way, walk in it." And the way is the truth, the light, and the love of God that fills every one of us, whether we're aware of it or not. those dreams, those visions, those memories are part of our life experience, and we are so grateful. So grateful. For this is the truth, the light, and the love expressing through us. So it is, and so may it be. Amen.
So I am our guest soloist this Sunday. And we're closing out our month of love today, and I was thinking this week, what song would I sing about love? What would I sing about love? What would I want to do? And this song would not leave me alone this week, and I don't necessarily consider this song a love song. However, it really gives us an opportunity to look at things from different perspectives. And when it wouldn't stop messing with me, I thought, okay, I give, so I'm going to sing this one today. Thank you. Yeah, it wouldn't leave this week, and it's a fascinating thing to me when a song keeps teasing. I'm like, all right, what are you here for? Well, same thing with an awareness. When a thought, when a something just keeps teasing at me, I have learned in my life, because gratefully I've been a student of Unity for, well, let's see, almost 53 years now, and it's been, I go work out now. Badly, Tom tells me, but, well, not badly, just maybe not correctly in some ways. Yeah, now I'm going to have performance anxiety at the gym. Thanks. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah. And there it is in life, right? When we open to something, as they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. We don't always like our teachers appearing, do we? Because we think, I got this. It's when we start to go into that both sides now mentality of what I've always thought is kind of the negative lens of that song. And I've looked at both sides, and now I'm just jaded and negative and sour and bitter. That's what that song always said to me. So when it wouldn't leave me alone this week, I kept thinking, no, but however, here's the other piece of that. That song feels so good to sing. There's something about that song that feels like a hug when you're singing it. So it's that dichotomy, and that's what we're invited to in this life. Oh, okay, I'll go work out. I want to get my muscles to work, and I want to burn some calories, and I want to feel fit, and I want to feel a little more in shape. And then there's the next step we're invited to. So, okay, are we in complacency with this, or would you like to know how to really do it? Would you like to know how it works the best? Because for me, that's what Unity's about. It's that walk of, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do this, and, well, would you like to do it the most effective way? Because that's what Unity prayer is for me. That's what the meditation techniques, that's what our whole teachings are. It's about opening up and saying, okay, I'm ready for this now. I'm ready to step into this. And my granddaughter has told me I'm jacked. But apparently, I have miles to go. And that's cool. I love that. Because we're here to learn, right? We're here to open. We're here to be in that awareness and that awakening and that spiral dynamics. Tom and I were talking about at the gym yesterday, how life grows in spirals, how we move in spirals. And we can sometimes make it about a dual-sided thing, two sides, the good and the bad. the positive and the negative. Those are human labels. Those are things we say because we don't like some stuff. It doesn't mean it's not good if we don't like it. It might mean, hi, here's your growing edge invitation. We don't always like the way that that feels. And if we allow it, instead of closing us, if we allow it to grow us, we have a whole new avenue of potential to step into. But we've got to be open to that possibility. I was having a talk with a friend relatively recently who said, you know, you're not dating. And I said, you've noticed that, have you? Yes. And my friend said, well, and I know you to be someone who could be very loving and who could probably be a wonderful partner in a relationship. He doesn't know me that well. But and I said, yes, and you have to be open. And he said, yes, that's pretty much, a given. And I said, and he said, you're not. And I said, I'm not. I'm working to it, getting there, that spiral. I was allowed a space in my life, and I walked through a space in my life where I got to be as open as I could ever be in relationship with my husband. That's the most wonderful relationship I ever had in my life as far as intimate relationships. And he stepped out of skin on me. How dare he? And so that leaves me in this opening space. That leaves us in this opening space. I know a lot of us widows and widowers in here walking that walk. I know that there is an opening that it is given, that those who love us would love for us to continue loving, whatever that looks like. And it takes time, and that spiral, sometimes as far as we've gone on it, especially if we were in this beautiful, expansive place on that spiral, when it ends, to open back up to that possibility of love again, that dance that says, are you willing to reopen? Are you willing to be vulnerable again and in this space again and make room for possibility again? You've stepped to this. Now are you willing to step past that? Maybe. Maybe not. There's time for all of us. There's space for all of us to do what it is that we are brought to doing, if we're willing. If we'll look beyond both sides. Because that's the thing. Yeah, we can look at things from a dual perspective. It's this or it's that. But I have found in life, it's never just this or that. There's always about 1 million possibilities in between this and that. So what does the path ahead look like? And the thing is, it's never going to look the way you think it is. We've said this so many times, but it's so true. Even if that end goal, you want the job, you want the relationship, you want the whatever, even if that end goal is what happens at the end, it's going to look different than you thought it was. So can we just embrace the all sides possibility as we're walking through things? Can we reach into life and grab onto the most instead of standing in the least and saying that's comfortable enough? That's what the power of love calls us to. See, we can get stuck in that duality of thinking that love is this sense consciousness thing where it's relationship and it's partnering and it's with the love we have with our children or the love we have of something we love to do. But love is so much more than that. So very much more. And in unity, we have this 12 powers. We've talked about the 12 powers before. On your seat backs, if you're sitting or there's a pouch on the back of a seat in front of you or around you, feel free to grab one of the notebooks that you see in there. And if you flip into that, you're going to see that there's a list in there of what we call Unity's 12 powers. These 12 powers, and it feels kind of to call them powers. It's not like superpowers. These are basically 12 aspects of God consciousness, of the Christ presence. 12 aspects that Charles Fillmore kind of picked out and assigned a disciple to, and then later, 20, 30 years later, somebody put colors to them and all this kind of stuff. It almost makes them cartoon-like. But if we can get into the deepness of what these 12 aspects of our spiritual nature are, one of my teachers put it in a beautiful way. He said, you want to build the Christ? These are the building blocks. And so it's things like love and things like wisdom and discernment and zeal and power and will and all sorts of different aspects of this divine nature that we carry within us, this Christ nature. And love is one of those. And in the 12 powers love, in the love of the allness, it says that God is love in the Bible. So if we think of God as love, well, then we need to look a little deeper at what we think of as love. It's not an emotion. It is, but it's so much more. There's not just two sides to it. There's a plethora of things. And it is, at its core, the divine attractor in all things. It's the giant magnet that we're carrying around in us and that life is carrying around us. And so all these things that we attract to, like a magnet, and hit to, those are, they're all love. We're creating love. I was talking about this recently with someone who said, I was going to go get a Kia, because they were teasing how our parking lot is full of Kias here. They were saying, what do you guys know about Kias here at Unity of Sebring? Because I come here and I see Kias, and now that I'm thinking about Kias, I go out on 27 and I see Kias all over the place. Well, there's no more Kias than there were before. You're just suddenly aware of Kias. And that's love. Okay? Love is that attractor, that pull towards something. Love is not good or bad. It's not positive or negative. We can do things with it that seem good or bad, positive or negative. We can get ourselves into a toxic situation that we swear is love. But here's the thing. This is another part of the conversation that Tom and I were having. You can feel, you can follow where the love is. And when you step out of integrity with that love or that divine nature or that godness of beingness, God is love. When you step out of alignment with the frequency of love, you can feel it. You can feel it all over you. You can choose to ignore it. You can push it down. You can push it away. But when your body is telling you, when your mind is telling you, when your thoughts are telling you, when your dreams are telling you, something's wrong about this, you have the opportunity to lean in or go, nah, I'm exercising just fine, thank you. That's our opportunity. I know, Tom, I don't mean to make this about you today, Tom, but I'm picking on you today, I guess. So, when Tom came this morning and he's looking at our buffet over there in the morning filled with cookies and donut holes, and he said, I was just kind of wondering where the fruit was. Choices, right? It's all about what we're choosing to show up with, what we're choosing to bring, and what we're choosing to give our attention to. Because, see, I don't eat any of that in the morning. I usually eat before I get here, and as you've seen me, I'm running around like the Energizer Bunny with my head cut off before service, and so I don't notice it. I don't tune in. Yeah. I'm serious. I have partaken, but it's a fascinating thing. Where are we giving our love? What are we giving our love to? And here's the hard one, and I've talked about this before. So have you ever gotten into an argument with your significant other or a family member or a friend, and boy, you are just planting your feet and digging in and pulling up every argument and every case for why you are absolutely right and they are absolutely wrong, and you are so ready with that next great zinger? as soon as you get the opportunity to use it, that's love. Think about it. You're digging in. You're claiming it. You're giving it all your energy. You're adding fuel to it. That is love. So it's up to us to be so aware of where we're doing that. What are we energizing? Are we energizing how crappy things are right now? We know it's all energy. It's all energy at its core. Now, we in Unity believe that no matter what's out picturing, whether it's cookies or fruit, we in Unity believe that that is the use of consciousness and that it is all within God, that it all happens within God. And then our choice is, and we were talking about this yesterday as well, higher, we say we rise higher. And that gives us the view of, going up into God or going up in consciousness, or we think of it as somehow better. It's just something else. It's just something different. What are we giving our love to? What are we growing in our life? Because whatever we're giving our love to is going to grow. It may not change, but our awareness of it is changing, and therefore it starts to take up our mind's time. It starts to pull on our energy. It starts to use those hours of the day. So we can love something that is really good for us, and we can love something that is out of resonance and that does not grow us. It's our choice. We get to decide what it is, where our attention goes, where our energy flows. That's what's going to grow. That's where the growth happens. So what is it that we're giving it to? Where are we handing our energy? Yesterday we had a beautiful memorial service here. Those of you who were here and shared it with us, wasn't it amazing? Didn't it just feel landed in the divine? Don't we just know that that love is still there? Bill may not be in skin anymore, but he's no less present in spirit. And we got to see that yesterday in the love, and we got to talk about how the things, he's still growing. He's still growing. And we get the opportunity to grow with him, with the essence and the divine spirit of who and what he truly is. Marta left the flowers here for us today, and she also left, you're going to notice there's this beautiful wooden vessel down here on the altar table, and there's a glass bowl next to it. And in the wooden vessel, there are a bunch of different rocks. I'll probably end up saying what I said about it yesterday, you guys, because you can feel it bubbling up, can't you? So Bill, when he would have friends that would travel, he would ask them to bring him back stones from wherever they went and share those stones with him. To always, when picking up the stone, ask the stone, you ready to do this? You want to come with me? You want to be a part of this energy flow? And then all of these stones are, well, not all of them, because we really pulled a bunch out of there yesterday. But so those stones are there, these tangible examples of shared love. And Marta has left them here today so that if you would like a tangible example of shared love and of that oneness that we are all within, that you are welcome after service to come up here and take one of the stones if you would like. And next to that, the glass bowl with all the gold shining in it. That's our wonderful Master Val Henry. On one side of the coin, you will see it says G-I-M-S. That means God is my source. On the other side of the stone, it says on the other side of the coin, it says G-I-O-S. God is our source. You're welcome to those as well. And Bill would give those to everyone who came here on their first visit. And we were talking about that yesterday in the memorial, how, if you're here today for the first time, you might have noticed that after the, are you here for the first time, let's give you a shell necklace, you kind of got inundated at the greet your neighbor portion of the, we're very friendly here. And, and we always want to go and greet people. Well, Bill would make a beeline with one of those coins and would give everyone one of those coins when they were first here, if he could get to them before we had to sit back down when I'm doing my herding cat thing of trying to get everyone to sit back down. So, what a wonderful affirmation to hold on to. And Val, what a beautiful way you have encapsulated it so that people can hold on to it and see it. And we're told that Bill also said, bonus, they're great for scratching off lottery scratch-offs. So it's all wisdom, it's all connection, it's all love, and we're invited into so many different ways of being in that connection and that love. Sometimes it's things that we call good, and sometimes it's things that we call bad, but I would invite us out of those labels. They're just things. If we stop greeting, like closing ourselves off, because feel that energy of that. If I call something bad, my whole energy shuts down to it. I could have said the death of my husband was the end of my life. Tina could have said that. Marta could have said that. We all could have said that as we are losing those in our lives out of skin that we love. Now, yes, I know the skin is gone, the soul remains, the spirit remains. And I can tell you that when I go to bed at night in my king-size bed, there's no skin on the other side of that bed. So we need to acknowledge that and be real with that and know that we miss the skin suit. That we are of skin. We're in it. And so we need those tangible things. And if we don't call it bad, if we say, I am mourning, I am grieving. See, the thing is, we are so crappy in this culture about grief. We don't talk about death. In Unity, sometimes we'll even say, oh, they've transcended. I had a Unity minister after Tim died call me and said, I need a favor from you because you have a platform and because people come to you. And I said, okay, well, what's that? And she said, would you please say Tim died? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, I love Unity people. And she said, and for a lot of Unity people to say they transcended this experience is spiritual bypassing. They are saying that so they can sidestep how much it hurts that the person's not there anymore. Now, if you can say the person transcended or they transitioned, and you also hold whatever that feels like for you, that they're not here in skin, great. But if you're saying she transcended or he left or he's on to his next incarnation, isn't it wonderful? And inside you are feeling broken into tiny little pieces. You are spiritually bypassing. You're not calling it what it is. Yes, my husband transcended his skin. If he was here today in the condition he was in when he was ready to leave, it would be horrible. Horrifying. He was ready to go. He couldn't wait to get out of his skin. And I want him here. In skin. Because he was fun to hold on to. And so you see what I'm saying? It's all these sides. It's all these pieces. And what we can't be with will never let us be. We were talking about that the other week. So if I can't be with the fact that there was a loss and it hurts me so bad, and I'm so grateful that he doesn't have to hurt anymore. It's both. It's more than both. It's a myriad of both. It's tons of ands. And if we can be brave enough to live this divine experience, including and embracing it all. Don't label it good or bad. Look it straight in the eye and say, I see you. And I'm claiming this for all that it can be for me. I'm claiming the lesson. I'm claiming the love. I'm claiming the growth. And I'm even claiming the grief. Because I feel it and I know it's here. See, grief is love too. It's all that love we were just sure we were going to have time to give, and now we don't know what to do with it. And we talked about it yesterday, and we talk about it at every Unity Memorial service. It's all the love that is a part of that spirit that came here to share time with you. Pass that love on. Embody that love. Show that love. Keep it going, for heaven's sakes. When my husband died, he left right through me. And he left a little chutzpah in here that I never had before. I can tell people off now like I wasn't able to before. I can say no and stand in my truth. And I'm claiming that and holding on to it and loving him for giving it to me. And I'm not calling it bad. Because it can't all be for the good. So yesterday, I had this second song come up and I thought, all right, I'm going to close and say, and so it is, so that Josh can make our YouTube from this. But in YouTube, we're not allowed to have copyrighted songs. They will flag us and pull us down. And so I will say, and so it is to that, but I want to leave you with this. You've got to give a little. That's the glory of love.
Thank you for joining us today. Please visit www.unityofsebring.org for more information, to submit a prayer request, or to donate to our ministry. We hope to see you again very soon.